Yes, it's okay. You can speak up or send message in the chat. It's but speaking up is always better, I guess.
Okay, cool. All right, so I just want to clarify. The structure catalog contains inside of it the hash table
Exact.
through array size and through the um through the array of lists. Yes.
Yes, that's it. That's
Okay.
it. So
All
this is the point we wanted to make, is that the data and the
right.
way the data is stored, the data is different than the way the data is stored. So conceptually, we say, okay, we want a catalog, and the catalog contain a list of products. But um, how these products are stored, we can use lists or table or hash table data structures to store those products. So we have the data, and the internal way it is structured depend on us. We can use, but in our case here, we decided to support hash tables, but we might represent the internal structure as list.
Okay. Okay. And then the number of products. The number. Can you explain the number of products one more time?
Yes, the number of product, um, it is a field that represents the number of, yes, the number of product in the catalog. If you notice, we have these, we have two group of fields here, the ones that start with an underscore and the others that do not start with an underscore.
Okay.
This is to make a difference between um, the actual data fields and the internal representation. So I wanted to make a difference between these two. So for an external user, for someone else, you can only say catalog, then access the number of products, but you're not interested in how it is implemented, but you're interested in the number of products. Uh,
Exactly.
so this is the same thing that happened with the product struct. The actual data fields are the name and the price. This is what we need, but uh, how these data items, or in the way these data items are stored, is not of interest. Um, so someone might be interested in displaying the name or the price, but um, how it is stored or what is the data structure used, an external user might not be interested in that much.
Okay.
So this is why these underscore fields, they're not supposed, um, a, a user is not supposed to access these fields directly. Only the functions that are meant for that can access these fields and change them. We can say these are private fields. They're not supposed to be changed by the user.
Yes. Okay. I just
So
had a little. I just had a little confusion because the the structures that they provided inside the internet is a bit different from the ones that you're explaining with here.
uh, yes, that's true, because um, we want to illustrate like in a real world example, and in the same time using showcase these the way data structures are used. So real world examples, the name of the variables are not that much important, but the concept is the things that is of interest actually.
Yeah, like okay, like the way the data is being stored and stuff.
Yes. So here we want to store data, but later we might say, okay, we have a data. We can create an array of, let's say, products, but now the requirement change. Now we want to say, okay, we want to be able to save or to store the products inside a list. And then we need to add some additional fields for this the product to be able to be added in a list. So if we need to add, we say, okay, later we say we want to store this product inside a tree. I'm just giving an example. A data structure, which is like a tree.
Yeah,
Then maybe we need to add some additional fields to the struct so that the struct support uh, uh, can be added in a tree. So depending on the data structure you want to use to store your data items, you might add some custom fields to your data item so that it can be added to that particular data structure or to that particular list, array, or hash table.
okay, got you.
That's the main reason. So we started from the product, and we've been able to create a product and add it in a table. So we did not need these fields. But when we say, okay, we want to be able to use to add them in a list and create them dynamically instead of having a static array, and we say, okay, we might need a list data structure, and list data structures need some additional fields, and these additional fields are the next and the previous fields we just added here. It's
Yeah,
not
exactly.
part of a data item, but it is like a way, adding a possibility to the data item so it can be stored in different manners and retrieved in different manners in other more complex data structures.
Oh yeah, so we're just adding functionality to our structures.
Yes, we're adding functionalities. So now this product struct support can be um, can be added in some more complex data structures, and that is the main reason. And here the catalog, uh, we decided to use another a catalog. What interests us is the number of product and the way to retrieve the product and update the product. But for that, we decided we could have used a list in here, but we decided for some kind of reasons we want to use hash tables. Then we added the fields required for hash tables. So the
Okay,
data and um, which what kind of data structures or more complex data structure we can save it in uh, are actually two different things. They're different um, from my point of view.
okay,
So here we have this function, new catalog. It creates a catalog and return a new catalog.